I read something weird recently that I wanted to tell you guys about. I was reading a story about the most expensive coffee in the world. It's this stuff called Cope Luwak. Has anybody heard of it? Yeah? Okay, so he can back me up. This is real. I'm not making it up. It is the most expensive coffee in the world. It's like $100 a pound. The reason it's so expensive, so it's from the Java Islands. Cope is the local word for coffee. Luwak is the name for this animal that lives on the coffee plantations. The reason that the coffee is named after the animal is because the first step in the processing of this coffee is it has to go through the Luwak's digestive system. Yeah, so they eat it, and then they poop it out, and then they presumably wash it, and then they sell it for like $100 a pound. I have questions. First question, who's the cheap asshole coffee plantation owner who's like walking his property one day, and he sees like a little... What's that? Oh, that's still good. Somebody wash that off, please. I got an idea. 2, I also read that people are boycotting Cope Luwak, but not for the reason that you would assume, not on disgustingness grounds, but on humanitarian grounds. Excuse me, because apparently they now like keep the animals in cages, and there's like, you know, they're like mistreating the animals. Yeah, I just figured the fact that it's poop would probably be enough. Like, the animal abuse shouldn't even have to enter into the conversation, right? And how mad would you be if you ended up on the Taster's Choice blind tasting panel for this shit? You know, there's just like an announcer. He thinks he's drinking decaffeinated Folgers crystals, but he's really drinking Crappuccino. I would be angry about that. I don't know if you guys can tell by the fact that I opened on a poop joke, but I'm single. Line forms to the left, ladies. I've been single for about a year. I'm actually getting used to it. I don't generally like being single, but I've been enjoying the time kind of to be with myself. And plus, I don't know how the fuck people date people anymore. I'm completely lost. Like, I try internet dating, and internet dating is like a job interview where you don't know what the job is, whether or not you're qualified, what the hours are, how much it pays, or whether or not the last person who had the job completely fucked everything up. You know? Tried Tinder. And Tinder, ladies, if you don't know, the guy experience on Tinder is like 99% porn bots. So it's like being in a room full of 100 women, and every single one of them is just like, hey, big boy, do you want to enter your credit card information now to see my vagina? Oh, this seems legit. Yeah, definitely let me put my credit card information there. And from what I hear, for ladies, it's at least as bad, because it's basically like being in a room full of 100 guys, and every single one of them is just like... Do you want to see it? I did that the first show to a guy who's sitting right there, and he just locks eyes with me and he goes, yeah. The best response that joke has ever gotten. But I don't know, like, how are you supposed to meet people out in the real world? Like, they used to say, it happens when you're not looking for them. You know, you bump into somebody, like, at the grocery store. I can't go talk to a woman I don't know at the grocery store. Are you out of your mind? If I walked up to you in the grocery store and you're shopping the frozen foods and I kind of sidle up to you, hey, how are you doing? I see you're looking at the frozen pizzas. I'm also lonely. That's a bad line. Yeah. That's how you get maced at the Freddy's. Yeah. That's how that works. But I mean, one thing that makes being single easier is that most of my friends are couples. So anytime I'm feeling like sad about being single, just go hang out with my couple friends and watch them be terrible to each other. And then I feel a lot better. Like I walk it, like my couple friends will have like their fight, their rotating fight, this fight that they discovered 6 months into the relationship, and they just keep digging it up and dusting it off. You know, I walk into the house all unsuspecting, and I'm like, hey, that's a cool end table. And he's like, yeah, it is a cool end table, isn't it? It looks nice in that corner, doesn't it? It was a good purchase, wasn't it? You're on my side.
Hey, Sarah! Lil likes the fucking end table!
Did not want to get involved in that fight. I'm a little bit worried now that I've been single for a while. I'm worried that I'm going to forget how to have sex. I am, because here's the thing. It's going to get a little bit personal, but I feel like we're friends. Because I'm just doing it myself right now. And by myself, I get stuff done really fast. Which either means that my sexual stamina has taken a complete nosedive, or I give the best hand jobs in the world. Yeah. Line forms to the left, gentlemen. Oh. Stage left. It's always stage left. It's always stage left. Yeah. So I want to tell you guys one more story before I get out of here. I got into a fight on the internet with somebody the other day because I spend my time wisely, right? And I can't remember exactly what we were arguing about, but this guy called me an SJW. And I don't know if you're familiar with that anagram. It stands for Social Justice Warrior. And I had a really hard time processing the concept of even using that as an insult. Because first of all, it's got warrior right in it. Like anything with warrior, like you can call me a speed masturbation warrior, and I'm like, yeah, I will wear that mantle. But I just couldn't help like imagining this guy's voice in my head. I just heard it like, you social justice warriors. I'm doing a thing. Like I'm just... Well, that's great. So now you can buy a round for the bar, and now you can shut the fuck up while I'm trying to tell a joke. God damn it. Congratulations on your $100. Use it to buy a gag. Anyway, so I just hear this guy's voice in my head, just like, you social justice warriors, all right? All you care about is social justice, all right? You just want everything to be fair. Well, guess what? The world ain't never been fair. The world ain't never going to be fair. So where does it say the world's supposed to be fair, all right? Like, where does it say that, like, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all people are created equal and that they are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights, and among those rights are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness? Where's that even written?